counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. Good evening, Kellyanne. Thanks for
Welcome to
being
Washington.
here. I love Washington.
It loves you.
I'm not so sure, but thank you. All right, Kellyanne, what do you think of likening ICE to the KKK?
This is what happens when people have absolutely nothing substantive to offer aspirationally for their 2020 campaigns. They can't seem to figure out how to defeat Donald Trump in the Senate at the ballot box through his justice nominees like Brett Kavanaugh. And so they try to do it by having these viral moments, trying to embarrass and harass and harangue people who are under oath, just trying to report on the good work of, in this case, of the men and women of ICE. And what really galls me is she doesn't even source, it's perception. Where? On Twitter? Where? On one of these blue groups that are trying to fund you? Where? Among your group of friends? Source it, darn it. If he's under oath and she's not, she ought to at the very least have to say, here's where I heard the perception, here's a problem
that
he
has. Perception.
No,
why
we want reality, because the reality is that they interdict almost 500,000 pounds of drugs. They arrested almost 500 criminals. They're helping with the human trafficking, the sex
saving
trafficking,
children who are being exploited. And she should know this. The woman was the attorney general.
I don't want to spend too much time on her, and here's why. Okay. I work for the President of the United States, who, like the Vice President, Mike Pence, are the only two people guaranteed to be on the ballot in 2020, and the only ones truly still focused on 2018. They're trying through this lame duck session to actually get things passed, to try to get action on immigration or trade or the economy. Those who are running in 2020 really have nothing of substance to say, it seems. And if America didn't get enough of Kamala Harris during the Kavanaugh hearings, they can see what her tactics are. They showed no dignity and no integrity during the Kavanaugh hearings, trying to destroy this man and dehumanize him. And now here we are back. Instead of saying, Mr. Vitale, tell us what your agency does. Tell America. Here's an inflection point to inform America.
Her job is to trash anyone who's part of the administration. But let's talk about the Democrats. Now that they're running the House, how do you see it playing out?
So they're most likely to overreach. And I think some of them are so worried about that, Janine, that they will not commit their vote for speakership to Nancy Pelosi. They're worried that a vote for Nancy Pelosi looks like it's a vote for the past. She had that job for 2 terms before. They were unceremoniously defeated spectacularly defeated in 2010. She held that for 2 terms. She's a great, prodigious fundraiser, they say, but she also represents San Francisco. That's not the rest of the country. If the Democrats want to win back states in the presidential election that Donald Trump clobbered them in, like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, they need to reach into those areas for their leadership. So it's generational, it's ideological, but she doesn't have the votes right now for speakership. I just think that the people on the committees who have been on the show since the Democrats won the House have been very careful to say, well, we're not going to only investigate, we will legislate. And when asked, what can you work on with President Trump,
how do you think,
they struggle to answer.
How do you think they view this kind of left-wing progressive lunacy? Do they think that's what got them the House as opposed to gerrymandering and people retiring? Or do they think they have to move more to the middle?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. In other words, look at the 2020 field right now. If you showed all the pictures, it looks like a yearbook of a large public school. It's like 300 people running for president on the Democratic side. Why? Because A, they think it's so easy to win. B, they can't believe some of the others who are running. Oh boy, if he or she are running, I certainly should. But it's ideologically disparate, and yet they really all share the same opinion on abortion, on guns, on the tax cut, which none of them voted for, on deregulation. Not a single one of them voted for the omnibus last year, which gave our military, President Trump's budget gave the military the first pay raise in 9 years.
I know, that's
and the
pretty
$717 billion. So they've shown what they're against. I think if the Democrats overreach, they're going to have a problem. Show me, Janine, show me the data where there's an appetite in most of the places in this country.
Yeah, but you see, they can misinterpret and say it got us the House. All right, let me ask you one more thing. I love this, and so do most people, although we should be talking about the president. The palace intrigue. All right, John Kelly is going. This one is coming in. What's it like over there?
It's absolutely fine. I mean, I was with the president every single day this week until fairly late in the evening last night. Today, he was in California all day. I wanted to see the destruction, the devastation of the wildfires.
We're going to talk to Kevin McCarthy.
Firsthand. But the president this whole idea that he's fuming and he's isolated, it comes from people who couldn't get through the front door in the first place, or those who have been kicked out since. I'm absolutely convinced, because if you look at most of the sourcing, it says, source familiar, outside advisors, someone close to the White House, the guy at Starbucks down the street. So the president knows that. But he is so focused on his work. And look at what happened just this week. You had the governor's races finally called in Georgia and Florida. The Senate race in Florida, of course, is Rick Scott's. And why is that important? Because you're adding up the number of candidates for whom the president went and campaigned for, who actually prevailed. The governorships in places like Iowa,
and we're gonna have,
and Ohio, and Florida.
Some of them on.
Ron DeSantis, I think the first thing he's going to do is maybe get rid of the Snipes woman in Broward County. But this president, what he did this week? Look at his work. He awarded 7 medals of honor. He signed the cybersecurity into law. And very importantly, he had a veterans and military event where he went through the whole litany of all the success. The veterans love him, and the first responders, law enforcement, that Kamala Harris is insulting and denigrating
every day.
They feel more deeply respected and better resourced because of President Trump.
All right, Kellyanne Conway, thanks for being with us tonight.